Powerful, destroy everything. Crush and grind everything. These machines are a symbol of strength and endurance. They work tirelessly, always running continuously, without needing rest or showing any signs of fatigue throughout their operation. Every gear, every part is engineered to maintain peak performance without any decline. This machine has the ability to destroy everything simply by putting it into its gears. Once an object, no matter its size or material, is placed into the machine, its sharp and powerful gears begin spinning at an incredible speed, crushing everything in their path. Soft items such as fabric or paper are torn apart, while harder materials like metal, stone, and even steel cannot withstand the crushing force of the razor-sharp gears. Cars, motorcycles, or large objects are reduced to tiny fragments, unrecognizable and shattered. Every part, whether it's the engine, the frame, or small metal components, is torn to pieces, turning into a pile of unidentifiable scrap. This machine is not only a tool of destruction, but a symbol of technological power, where no object can survive the moment it is thrown into its gears. From objects like hard hammers, long steel rods, or stones, this machine crushes them into small fragments. These fragments are then transferred through an automatic sorting system, categorized by size and hardness. After that, the pieces undergo further processing to create new materials, which can be used for various purposes such as manufacturing construction materials, recycling, or creating mechanical parts. This process not only helps conserve resources, but also minimizes waste, contributing to the protection. Looking at the rotation speed of this machine, it may appear slow, but the quality it produces is truly extraordinary. Almost every item placed into its teeth is broken down beyond recognition, whether it's solid steel rods or hard stones like granite. These items are crushed into tiny fragments, which are then sorted and processed for reuse in various industries. Despite its small size, this machine harbors immense power. It has the ability to transform seemingly useless materials into valuable resources, aiding in the conservation of resources and reducing environmental pollution. The fragments from these hard materials can be recycled into new products, from construction materials to sophisticated mechanical parts, all serving modern life. Moreover, this machine not only benefits humans, but also contributes to the protection of nature, helping to regenerate and preserve the precious resources of our planet. However, some materials are too hard for the machine to handle. For example, a solid iron block, despite the machine's power, can cause the gears to jam or break, forcing it to stop. This is a limitation that all technology faces, but such incidents highlight the need for continuous innovation to handle tougher materials. A massive wood chipper machine is operating powerfully, with a loud noise as its teeth crush large logs. Surrounding the machine, cranes are working in harmony, scooping up and feeding giant logs into the machine's mouth. These logs, which may be raw and untreated or chunks cut from large trees in the forest, are swiftly fed into the shredding system. Once inside, the machine starts its intense operation, its sharp blades cutting and crushing the logs into tiny wood fragments. These wood chips then pass through a sorting system to classify their size, and finally the wood pieces are pushed out to the other side of the machine. This process runs continuously and is highly efficient, ensuring that the maximum potential of the timber is utilized. While the machine operates at high capacity, it also ensures that each piece of wood is processed thoroughly, avoiding waste. The resulting wood chips can be reused in various industries, from manufacturing construction materials to producing paper and household items, helping reduce deforestation and protect the environment. These wood fragments are not just waste products, but valuable raw materials for subsequent manufacturing processes. Thanks to the strength and efficiency of this machine, timber resources are harvested and used more sustainably, contributing to recycling efforts and nature conservation. Shredding machines are operating at full capacity with their loud rumble echoing across the area. When raw timber from the forest is fed into them, whether small logs or large trunks, the machine processes them smoothly and efficiently. Every log, no matter the size, is quickly shredded without any trace of regret. The machine's teeth and blades work precisely, ensuring no part of the wood is left behind, turning it into neat wood chips. This shredding process continues relentlessly, transforming untreated logs to sturdy trunks into small, manageable wood fragments ready for further use. This not only demonstrates the machine's remarkable power, but also highlights the efficiency in utilizing timber resources, turning what would be considered waste into valuable raw materials for various industries. shred through every millimeter of wood, one can truly appreciate the greatness of this machine. Every burst, every shred, sounds like the rhythmic beats of a colossal, unstoppable force. The machine seems to exhale gently, with soft puffs of air escaping from the cooling system. But inside, it growls and rumbles, asserting the power of a lord of the jungle. It doesn't just handle large logs. It transforms them into small, manageable pieces at will. The blend of its serene exterior and immense inner strength creates a truly impressive image, making one unable to do anything but marvel at its might. The bulldozer, working at the construction site, accidentally drove into a soft, sinking patch of ground and became stuck, unable to move. At first, everyone thought rescuing the bulldozer would be an easy task, but it turned out to be much more challenging. Although the bulldozer received assistance from another machine, the process of pulling it out of the mud was far from simple. Both machines had to work in close coordination, using power and technique to slowly drag the bulldozer out of the muck. This process took several hours because the soft ground was deep and the bulldozer was heavy. Each attempt made only small progress, but no one gave up. Finally, after a long and difficult struggle, the bulldozer was successfully freed, allowing the work on the construction site to continue. I wonder if anyone has ever faced this situation before, but if there had been an excavator or winch available, the bulldozer would have been pulled out of the mud much quicker. An excavator could have helped dig around the wheels, creating a way out to prevent the vehicle from sinking further, while a winch could have easily pulled the bulldozer out quickly and efficiently. The combination of such supporting equipment could have greatly reduced the time and effort needed, making the task safer and faster. However, in this situation, even though it took a long time, patience and proper coordination ultimately resolved the problem, allowing the construction work to continue. Oh no, the excavator accidentally tipped over and had to rely on another vehicle to lift it back up. Quite an interesting sight. A truck was transporting goods through a forest area when, unfortunately, the terrain turned out to be quite slippery and the wheels got stuck in the mud. Despite the efforts to move, the truck couldn't get out, and it took a lot of time to pull it out of the dangerous spot. Workers had to use supporting equipment like a winch and cables to help the truck escape the mud. After a long struggle, the truck was finally rescued, and the transportation work was able to continue. fitted with chains to increase traction, but they still couldn't avoid the muddy road. Despite the added support of the chains, the truck had to crawl through deep mud puddles, and ultimately, it could only escape with the help of powerful pulling equipment. The process wasn't easy and took a lot of time, but eventually the truck managed to get out of the treacherous road and continue its journey. A super heavy truck, loaded with many large hay bales, was traveling through an area of soft soil. Due to its immense weight and the softness of the ground, the truck became stuck and was unable to move. Despite the driver's efforts, the wheels sank deeply into the earth and the truck could not budge. To resolve the situation, several supporting machines were called in. Powerful tractors were used to winch and pull the heavy truck out of the soft ground. Each tractor had to work in coordination, using its strength carefully while avoiding further sinking the surrounding soil. The winching and pulling process took several hours, with the team of workers carefully calculating each move to prevent damage to the truck in the ground. First, the tractors tried to slowly pull the super heavy truck out of the mud. Every time the truck moved even a little, the workers held their breath, as any mistake could send the truck back into the muck. After many efforts, the super heavy truck was finally pulled out and was able to continue its journey. This process not only demonstrated the power and efficiency of the supporting machines, but also showed how important coordination and technique are in ensuring safe and effective transport operations. An anticipated result finally arrived, and despite being a bit of a struggle, the coordination between the machinery and the patience of the workers led to the successful rescue of the super heavy truck. Everyone let out a sigh of relief and couldn't help but laugh at the humorous moments during the rescue process. There were tense moments, but it was the persistence and constant effort that brought about the rewarding outcome. After the truck was pulled out, the atmosphere at the site became more lighthearted, filled with laughter and praise for the team. Although the job was quite challenging, everyone felt happy to have accomplished the task excellently. Powerful tractors were being brought into the forest to transport eucalyptus trees to the collection point. However, when these tractors passed through areas of soft and slippery ground, they encountered a major issue. Their wheels sank deep into the earth, preventing the vehicle from moving forward. Despite being designed for tough conditions, the ground proved too soft for the tractors to gain traction, making the job more difficult. To resolve this problem, a long cable was pulled out and attached to the tractor. A powerful winch was then used to pull the tractor out of the muddy area. This process was not easy, requiring precise coordination and strength to avoid damaging the tractor or causing further harm to the ground. Meanwhile, the local villagers, curious about the situation, stopped to watch as the tractor got stuck. They were intrigued and often laughed at the unusual situation, though it was a challenging incident. With the help of some villagers, the tractor was eventually pulled out successfully and continued transporting the eucalyptus trees to the collection point. The next muddy sections of the road were predicted to face similar sinking issues, so to ensure the truck could pass through more easily, they decided to throw large rocks onto the path. These rocks were placed carefully, creating a more solid route and improving the traction for the wheels. With this layer of rocks, the truck was able to move through the muddy areas without getting stuck like before. While this solution was temporary, it proved to be effective in saving time and allowing the work to continue without further obstacles. Although the road ahead was still difficult and challenging, the people here continued to smile and stay cheerful, no matter how many obstacles they faced. The journey of transporting the eucalyptus trees from the forest was nearing its end, and soon they would be taken to the factory, where they would be turned into products with greater value, serving the needs of human life. In the end, once the work was complete, Everyone felt happy for overcoming all the challenges. With that, my video comes to an end. Thank you all for watching until the very end. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe and support me.